Oh, hello. Happy wonderful Wednesday, true friends. I've got my Try Poetry shirt on. My hat. And we're outside and we're just enjoying the aftermath of several days of beautiful rainfall. So let's pour a cup of coffee and see what we're going to do today. We're going to read a little something, write a little bit, watch the leaves. I'm glad you could make it. One cup for you. A cup for me. Cheers. Oh, that's delicious. So today, I received a package, and I've been trying to, since we can't visit bookstores, to shop at indie bookstores all over Michigan and the U.S. To support them. And today, I received a book package from Literati bookstore here in Ann Arbor. I think it's time to open it and see what we have. Packages are always fun to receive, and I love also mailing packages, packages of peace and healing, or packages just to say hello. Let's see if we can get this open. I think we can do it. Let's try. So, here we go. I was following this website called Electric Lit, and they have a lot of writers that are not don't have a lot of published work, but they're trying to get them out there. And this is from one of those. Let's see what we have. First one. Painting their portraits in winter. How some abuelitas keep their Chicana granddaughters still white, by Miriam Gerba. In this artfully crafted collection of short stories by award-winning author Miriam Gerba, nothing is as it seems. A Mexican grandmother tells creepy yet fascinating ghost stories to prevent fidgeting. A Polish grandfather spends the night in a Mexican graveyard after a Dia de los Muertos celebration to discover if ghosts really do consume the food that has been left for them. In a title called Even This Title is a Ghost. Unforgettable characters inhabit these cross-border tales filled with introspection and longing as modern sensibilities weave and wend. Ooh, well said, huh? Weave and wend. It's Weave and Wend Wednesday. There you go. We're going to weave and wend a new story together. Sensibilities weave and wend through traditional folk tales, creating a new kind of magical realism that offers insights into where we come from and where we yet may be going. So, wow. Let's see. Let's just take a peek inside. It doesn't just look like no one lives here. No one does live here. And Pedro Páramo died years ago. And that's from a book or story called Pedro Paramo that she's, how she's opening her book. And her first story. So let's see, in our second book, Mean by Miriam Gruber. True crime memoir and ghost story. Mean is a bold and hilarious tale of Miriam Gruber's coming of age as a queer mixed-race Chicana, blending racial formal fluidity and caustic humor. Gruber takes on sexual violence, small towns, and race, turning what might be tragic into piercing, revealing comedy. This is a confident, intoxicating, brassy book that takes the cost of sexual assault, racism, misogyny, and homophobia deadly seriously. So it's pretty intense, but also really funny. And look at who she dedicates the book to. For the restless, but not the young. Lo mejor que te puedo desear es que te vaya mal. Whoa, that's by Jenny Rivera. Not sure who that is. And it more or less translates as, the best that I can wish for you is that things go badly. Whoa. So who knows where these two beautiful books are going to take us. I'll be sure to keep you posted. So remember to support your local bookstores, or just close your eyes, point your finger at the map, US map, and see what state you end up in, and order a book. Find the independent bookstore there and have it sent to you. That's just a way of supporting local artists, writers, musicians. Make sure you pay for, if you're downloading, that you pay for it. Give them some credit. Let's have some more coffee. So, like I said, there's been my peanut butter and jelly on whole wheat this time. Cheers. Oh my gosh. Mango marmalade. That is good. So, I've been thinking a lot about how I have all these projects started, but none of them are done. So as we weave and wend on this Wednesday, maybe I need to start thinking about timelines, how I'm going to get one of these projects done. My story, my Patron Pals, takes place here in these woods. About 3 friends who get together and hang out and sip Patron and tell stories. Sometimes loudly, sometimes quietly. So I need to finish that. And I was even thinking of a way to integrate that, incorporate that into my opera, Respiro. Another thing I need to work on. That's going to be a while. So there's a story I'm also writing. It's a children's story called Wednesdays Taste Like Strawberries. And the title in Spanish is Cada día tiene su sabor. Each day has its flavor. And I'm working with an illustrator in Italy, Carmine, who is going to illustrate the book. And we're going to visit him in October, I hope. And pair my writings with his illustrations and see where that takes us. So I know that's in the works. So that means that I need to have that ready for him. And maybe even send a partial part of my story to him so he can get thinking about how he wants to jump in and color that, illustrate it, make it come to life. So that's a children's book. And on the very back burner is that bakery I've been thinking about my entire life. But going back to Southwest Detroit, opening that bakery, making sure that it's a bakery that is all-inclusive, that employs adults with disabilities, that gives them a job, gives them some economic viability, gives them some pay, some money, some green, some dinero to spend, some skills, develop new skill sets, develop a working history, develop social skills in the work environment, and people skills when they're selling the baked goods. I'm going to share one more thing and then I'm going to finish up for today. We have a sip of the coffee. Look where we are, it's beautiful. When I was doing my volunteer hospice work, we've taken a break from that because of COVID. And one of my hospice clients, his name was Avner. I always thought it was Abner with a B, but it's Avner with a V. And my first visit with Avner, it's very quiet. He was sleeping or just resting. His face was turned into his pillow in his bed, and I just politely knocked on the door and introduced myself, and I said, "Is this a good time to visit?" And he said, "Sure, who are you?" And so I showed him my badge from hospice. You need proper ID. They need to trust you. You need to develop that rapport, that relationship. And he said, "I'm really tired, but I would like to talk to you for a few minutes." And so he kind of gave me a little bit of an intro of who he was. And he said he suffered from mental illness his whole life. And he always wanted to go to college, and he tried. It just didn't work. So after a semester, he left Wayne State and then just kind of wandered. I never really settled anywhere or on anything. He said, "What about you? What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm a retired special ed teacher. And I'm wandering in my own way. Because once you retire, if you don't have something set in stone, then you don't have that new routine." And so I told him hospice, volunteer work, writing, but then writing my opera, and then the bakery I told him about, and he was totally interested. And I said, "I really want to do this, but I don't have any business experience. I have a lot of heart, a lot of compassion. I have a history of working with people with disabilities, but not in a business world, in a business sense. So I'm not sure how I could do it or how it will happen, but I really want it to happen." And I paused, and he was resting in his bed, and he scooted up a little bit, and then he scooted up closer to me. And he said, "Can I work at your bakery?" And then I got this, like I am now, this kind of took my breath away. Of course, I said, "Absolutely, you can work there. Would love to have you to be a part of all this." And I said, "Absolutely, let's get it going, and I can see you there." And I could. But what took my breath away, and what I couldn't share with him, because I didn't have to, he knew. He was in hospice care, and he had less than 6 months to live. And he said he was really sick and he didn't feel good, but he wanted to work at my bakery. So he said, "I'm really tired, Ruben. It was so nice to meet you. I need to lay down now and rest. I hope you come back and visit." And I did. I went back for the third visit, and I got a text before I arrived and said, "Please don't go. After passed in the morning. He died that morning." And I just stopped. I had to pull the car over, and I don't like telling people things that I can't do or can't follow through on. It just feels so false. And I don't want to give people, say things that I can't. I wanted him to be a part of that. So I said, okay, to myself, when I open this bakery, I already have an idea. that I'm going to honor Abner. And the cookie is going to be in the shape of a heart. And the bakery, by the way, is called Te Adoro. I adore you. Te Adoro Community Bakery. And it's going to be our featured cookie in the shape of a heart, an all red dough with a beautiful white frosting and a little red heart in the center. And I'm going to call it Avner's Alma, Avner's Spirit. Because he could not be there, but he will be there. So Avner, thank you for listening to my dream, to one of my dreams, and allowing me into your life. For that brief time, cheers to you. I hope you like the cookie once it comes out. And I know they're gonna love it. So to all you true friends who have dreams that you're working on, be it opening a bakery, finally doing that volunteer work you wanted to do, buying that horse you've been thinking about, taking that trip with a friend, or looking up an old friend from your past and connecting. Whatever your dream is, whatever your dreams are, don't be afraid. Or if you are afraid, there are other people who also don't want to fail. It's scary. I don't know why, but because you want to be a person of your word. So whoever your Abner is, I think they believe in you wholeheartedly, just as mine believes in me and me in him. So peace to you, to all the dreams you hold dear. We'll see you next time. To all the things that you weave and wend on this Wednesday. Cheers.